well, I just took this out of the box so I could mess around with this, and I just wanted to turn on the camera and start looking at it and observing it without having looked at it before. I mean, I saw the pictures of it online, but I just popped it right out of the box, and this is a pretty decent figure. This is the Masters of the Universe Transformers Megatron armor Skeletor, which is an interesting concept to put armor, to say that the Transformer itself is the armor of said character. Now, the box itself is a nice piece of art. It kind of makes me want to get another one just so I could have it displayed in the box. And I like the little artwork for the figure right there too. Very cool. As a child of the 80s, I have to say it's pretty cool to have a mashup of two of the biggest villains. And I do like this robotic Havoc staff. That is just so cool. It says here, infused with the strength of the raw power of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, the new armor donned by Skeletor is unyielding enough to harness both the power of Grayskull and all the Energon in the universe. So Skeletor likes Energon. I guess what you can do here is get Megatron's cannon, turn it into the Havoc staff, or use turn it into an Energon Havoc staff mace. So that's a lot of cool options. I want to say that oh, they have Megatron. Okay, sorry about that, but I need to show you this right here. It's Megatron art and Skeletor right there with that classic rounded closed toy hood. And they do have the original toy version of Snake Mountain right there. But let's here's the thing. I mean, this package is so good. The presentation of it, you know, it's makes me feel like, damn, I'm gonna have to keep the box if I'm not gonna buy another one, because these are not cheap. So let me go ahead and open them up and we'll take a look. Just opened up the Megatron flap and look at that. You get the old Transformer stat card right there. That is so cool. If you want to keep the box like intact and you want to remove the comic, don't pull the tape off. You can just flip it over here and slide it out. So we can take a look, oops, at the mini comic that it comes with. And you have your Bumblebee Man-at-Arms on the cover with that Megatron by the Energon of Grayskull. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I just want to try to see if I can find any cool little Easter eggs. Here's a funny thought, though. Roboto there's always been like a little bit of a fan speculation that Roboto may have been a Cybertronian. Now, me as a collector, my main properties that I enjoy the most are Transformers, and then Masters of the Universe and Star Wars, and then G.I. Joe and Turtles come after that, and Thundercats. But this is what people were looking at. They got a preview of this. We know this is coming out already, so, but if this had come in earlier, I would have been really shocked and surprised, and I'm like, oh, I really want to see this. Scareglow Starscream. So here's the figure with all his accessories all together. This one popped out, this little tiny one right here. Let's take them out. And here is the toy. Look, I'm going to pretend I have one of those fancy spinning things, like the toys on QVC or something. Yeah, I want to see what the backside of the figure looks like. I need to see what the backside. This little, I want to call it a Havoc dagger, fits well into the backpack that he's got. It's called Megatron armor. You can flip these little flaps right here up. Doesn't transform, but then again, there have been many Transformers that don't transform, like the Action Masters. So I could integrate this to my Transformer line and I'll feel okay with that. Interesting sculpt. There is a bit of space with, if you could look right there with the teeth. And that's pretty cool. They do a lot of mashups. I would like to see just straight up characters, figures in this line where it's not necessarily a mashup, but this kind of has issues holding onto his arm. This is where you're supposed to put it, you know, these little pegs right there. Doesn't really do it too good of a job with that. This could have been handled a little bit better. There. The Megatron rifle, Havoc blaster. Is that what's called, the Havoc blaster? Did I just make that up? It sounds like a cool metal band, Havoc blaster. So I'm going to try something here. Take off the hand, because I'm supposed to be able to take off the hands. Nope. There you go. And does this come off? This does peg off, I think. So if you want, you can give him the Energon Mace look on the hand. So how long is this gonna last? You know, this type of plastic ends up like corroding and melting over time, so it's not bad, you know. I mean, things aren't meant to last forever. But some of these toys will outlive us. Let's see. And this converts into a Havoc staff of sorts. You could put his hand inside this little compartment there. Have him hold that. So you want to give him more of a Skeletor look, or more of a Megatron look. It's up to you. He's a bit of both. Oh, it's kind of a tough. The Thundercats, what's interesting about the Thundercats is that they gave you two characters to choose from to kind of mess with the armor. This one just does not. It sticks to this definitive mashup. So you're going to get a Skeletron, Megatron. The other one you had, oh, I can do Skelra, or Mumra. Or I could do Lion-O, or Lion-O with armor. This is just straight up what you get. And that's cool. I like this. I am getting that Bumblebee Man-at-Arms, but the thing is, I don't like the Man-at-Arms face in there, so I'm just going to keep it as a Bumblebee. This doesn't peg anywhere else. Keep it as a Bumblebee with that little face plate that it has. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm actually shocked that this is not armor that you put on and take off, and they use like the muscle body underneath. They just gave it that Megatron chest that you put right on there. And I suppose if you want to make him more Megatron-like, you could swap out the torso and put Roboto's legs in there. Same thing with the arms. If you want, you can get creative with it. But would you have liked a straight-up Megatron Masters figure? That's the question. Could they do that? Will it sell? I think that would be pretty decent, just to have a little mini Megatron. Or a little Masters Megatron, or a Megatron with muscles, and you get a Megatron head, or some sort of weird interpretation of that. Megatron with some with a cape, with some you know, with a loincloth or something. But I really like this Havoc staff face too. Does the jaw move up and down? There you go. Kind of has to. It also falls off, so be careful with that. Let's see how easy it is to put it back on. So this does not present too many paint opportunities for me. That what they could do, I mean, that's the thing with, and now Hasbro's followed in that tradition with every mold they have repainting. You have to find one, you know, a different use for a mold. And Megatron makes it a little difficult, but you could do a G2 Megatron repaint on this. Green camouflage, paint the face blue, and the Optimus Prime, you can do a Faker Nemesis Prime repaint. Nemesis Faker. Bumblebee, you can do a Cliff Jumper and call it Eternian Soldier Cliff Jumper, whatever. Starscream's going to make it a little bit difficult because they already added those shoulders from the, you know, the shoulders from his coronation. So if you were to make a Skywarp or Thundercracker, you're going to have those shoulders and the crown. But you can still do it. It'll be passable. I would like to see a Grimlock, Battle Cat Grimlock or something like that. I'd like to see just a straight up bludgeon, you know, or a bludgeon Fisto. Why not? Or a bludgeon Jitsu. Sorry, bludgeon Nijor. Tila RC or Elita Tila. So much fun you can have with these. So they're about $30, and with the box I think it's worth it. It's a really nice presentation. Again, I'm gonna keep this box. I usually throw my boxes away, but I'm gonna keep this box. I may want to just display him in case I don't get another one, and it's just a nice straight up treat. A love letter to the children of the 80s. So let me know what you think of this guy. Do you think it's worth the price? Do you think they should do those repaints? Or should they just stop it? Do you think this is so ridiculous they should just stop it now? I'm tired of the 80s. Anyway, guys, take care. We'll see you later on.